Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen. We welcome you to the Plymouth Ice Center here in Plymouth, Minnesota, as we continue our coverage here of the Minnesota District Tier 1 playoffs, the Youth 15 division. Today we have the Walleye and Shattuck-St. Mary's. Should be a good matchup between these two teams. If you were not able to watch our earlier contest of the earlier semifinal between the Green Giants and the Blue Ox, it was the Blue Ox who took home a 4-2 win, and they have secured a spot in the championship game tomorrow afternoon. They will play the winner of this game that you're about to see between Shattuck-St. Mary's and the Walleye. Both of these teams going to earn their way into the championship here, and again, that championship is tomorrow morning at 10:15 a.m. We'll have it streaming here for you on our YouTube channel. Should be a good contest. Again, a reminder, 17-minute periods. We will have a Zamboni intermission after the first period, and then after the second period, we will go straight into the third after a 2-minute intermission. So both teams will get ready at center ice as we get ready to go here in Plymouth. Should be a good contest. Winner of this game goes to the championship tomorrow morning, 10:15 a.m. against the Blue Ox. Here we go. Officially underway as the Walleye win the draw, and we'll look to move it into the offensive zone here. But Shattuck-St. Mary's playing catch along the wall, intercepted and fired into the zone off a skate. Here come the Walleye. Johnny Hendrickson with the shot, turned aside and forced to the corner. Sailed around to the other side by Carlson for the Walleye, as he'll attempt to move it up. Nice drop pass and intercepted by Shattuck-St. Mary's. Walleye pick it up in the neutral zone. Here's Luke Marginau, as he'll move it across. Set up the boards and off the stick of Carlson, who forces it deep. Full set line change here for the Walleye as the pass is tipped in by Shattuck's number 16, Jack Larrigan. Just about a minute into this first period, a high-paced game here at the Plymouth Ice Center. There's a chance in the slot. They'll go back to the point and down low as Anthony Yu will let that one go. Picked up by Yu in the corner. Oh, big hit there. It's a powerful hit by Bradley Walker, and a penalty coming up against the Walleye. And we'll watch this one on replay, but this was a ginormous hit here in the corner, as you see Yu get targeted right to the head, it looked like, and you could call that a variety of different things. But no question that that was a penalty. Looks like they're going to give an elbowing penalty to Bradley Walker, so he will sit for 2, as the Walleye will go on the the penalty kill rather, and Shattuck will get their first power play of the game just a little over a minute in. Shattuck working with the puck, fanned on, and here come the Walleye the other way. Could be a short-handed rush, but great defense there by Sobieski to fight off a man, and so Shattuck will regroup and look to move up ice here. About 15-20 seconds already gone on the penalty kill for the Walleye. This one taken into the zone by Kamashak. Sent out by the Walleye. Nice job there to get it down the length of the ice. 15-15 to go in this first period, and a minute 25 on the power play. Walleye keep the zone on the penalty kill, forced deep off the stick of Ty Patefield. There's a big hit, and the Walleye are throwing the body around here early in this contest. Now here comes Shattuck into the zone. Forced into the corner, a couple of line changes for them. Halfway through this power play now, a minute exactly to go. Worked up along the wall. Lunging was a Walleye player there, and still pinned up along the boards. Finally forced up to the point. Lucas DeCharia continues to work. Here's a shot, loose in front, fought off nicely by Toby Hopp, the Walleye goalkeeper. Shattuck will look to move up ice once more as that pass finds the tape of James Durr. Durr right along the Walleye bench. Here's a pass across. The big wrister fought off nicely. Andrew Fan with the shot, as Fan will get it back. Fan waits, goes to the far side. Here's the shot. Nice stop from Hop, able to make the save. So we get the whistle and take a look at this one. Great pass here across by Fan and finds his man. No problem from Toby Hop rather, in the Walleye net. The native of Maple Grove, Minnesota, not too far from here in Plymouth. Played about 3 minutes here in this opening frame. Here's a big drive from the point, caught a Walleye stick and sent to the corner. Justin Lesser trying to remove that puck from the zone, kept in. Redirect intended to go to the far side corner, but the Walleye will throw this one down, and it'll be taken a hold of by the Shattuck goaltender, Michael D'Orazio. And forced up out of the zone, sent right back in by the Walleye. 13:38 now remaining in the first. This one backhanded up the boards. Shattuck trying to work their way into the offensive zone. Impeding that progress was Luke Marginau. Battle along the boards, picked up by Shattuck. They keep the zone and spun back around to the corner by Williams. Shattuck will possess. They still here in the offensive zone, now sent out off the stick of Williams and delayed offside, so Shattuck will tag up. Walleye now streak across center. Here's a giveaway. Braden Ford into the zone as he dumped it off to the corner. Ford trying to set up shop in front of the net. Now forced to the far side boards. It'll come back around for Justin Lesser. Unable to get it out. Good keep by that Shattuck defense. Turned aside and to the corner once more. Good battle for possession as the Walleye finally able to corral this puck and move it out. Luke Marginau into the zone, trying to dance his way in. That one didn't work out. Will come across through center and be fired back in, where it'll be dropped off by D'Orazio. Now a battle for possession back behind the Shattuck goal, and it'll squirt free all the way down. This should be an icing against Shattuck, and it will be, as we'll go back down into their end. 12:10 to go so far in this period. 3-1 are the shots on goal in favor of Shattuck-St. Mary's. But both teams have looked pretty good so far in the early going. Off the draw, Shattuck wins it. They'll attempt to move it out the boards. Puck squirts free as they come across the line. Here's a drop pass in the slot. The big wrister save there, and the rebound forced to the corner. Andrew Fan looking to get on the rebound chance there. Fired in deep and held on to by D'Orazio as he extended the glove there to make the stop. Again, winner of this game will go to the championship of the Youth 15 division tomorrow morning, 10:15 a.m., and they will have a date with the Blue Ox, who won over the Green Giants just a little bit ago, 4-2. They led that game 3-0, and then it was 3-1, 4-1, and then 4-2 as the Green Giants got a goal with about a minute left to make it 4-2. Up the boards it'll come. This one held on to by the Walleye. Long stretch pass. Unable to find a recipient there, so Shattuck will go back and get it. Sobieski playing it up the boards. Right in front of the scorer's table. Chop back down low, and Shattuck will retrieve. On the puck there is Asher Whites. And Whites will try and move it up, but it's played into the offensive zone here by the Walleye. Long pass, goes the length of the ice. This will be an icing against the Walleye. That puck just had enough mustard on it. And so we'll go back down into the Shattuck zone with 11:07 to go in this first period. Here we go, back underway. This one chopped, but gloved down at the point by the Walleye as they maintain offensive zone time here. Wyatt Carlson down low. He's been all over the ice so far today for the Walleye. There's a shot that stick to the corner by D'Orazio. And now a nice little bounce for Shattuck-St. Mary's. Here's Ford, and that one into the netting, out of play. Good opportunity for Shattuck. A very good look. That's the best opportunity for either team so far. And you take a look at this opportunity again. Nice stop. Able to fight it off that time was Hop, and goes into the netting and out of play. Played about 5 minutes here in this opening frame. Still no score. Walleye and Shattuck-St. Mary's in the second semifinal. Back to the point. Here's the shot into the glove. No problem for Hop. Shattuck will get some fresh legs out on the ice here in the offensive zone. 10:34 to go in this opening frame. Off the draw, one back to the point. Here's the shot that missed the net. And it'll be controlled by the Walleye, flung way up into the air as it went off the stick of, or glove rather, of Johnny Hendrickson. Fired right back in, and a big hit supplied there by Shattuck's number 11, Aaron Schwartz. As we'll continue play. Shattuck into the zone, or neutral zone rather, before it was poked away by an eager Walleye defender. Shattuck right across the line again. Ethan Byer trying to come in, but they're offside. So another stoppage. 10:04 remaining in the first. Neutral zone face-off here just outside of the Walleye defensive end. Face-off though won by Shattuck, as they will go across. The long pass didn't connect. This one will just roll right to Toby Hop as he takes a snow shower there from one of the Shattuck players. Face-off will be to his left this time. A lot of whistles these past couple of minutes. But we'll continue again on the offensive zone draw for Shattuck. Still loose in the circle. Whacked at here, up in the air, and again another whistle as Toby Hop will hang on to it. We are at rink A here at the Plymouth Ice Center. And if you're coming out tomorrow, this is where you'll find the championship at 10:15 a.m. Should be a good one. The Blue Hawks have already secured a spot, and now Shattuck and the Walleye looking to make their way to face the Blue Hawks tomorrow morning. Shattuck in the zone, still working here on the backhand, fighting off a body that time was Shattuck-St. Mary's number 14, James Durer. And now Shattuck will regroup in their own end here. Out shooting the Walleye 7-2 in the early going here. But nobody has been able to find the back of the net so far. Walleye regroup and come across the neutral zone. Here's Luke Marginau attempting to find an open man, but instead goes to a Shattuck player. Up the boards, kept in. Here's the shot redirected, and that one just trickled wide of the left post on the shot from Luke Marginau, who's looked good here in the early going for the Walleye. Just kept in for a moment, and the loose puck grabbed by Shattuck as they move across. Sailed in off the glass, cut off by Toby Hop as he'll drop it back. Shattuck player though right there to try and grab that loose puck. 8:34 now remaining in the first. Action up along the wall, dug free by Shattuck. Here they come to the point. Nice moves by Sobieski as he'll pinch way in here for Shattuck. Sobieski on the backhand flings that one across the slot. No problem for the Walleye breaking that one up. Shattuck still has it though. Thrown out in front of the net. Forced to the other side where it's tipped and grabbed a hold of by Asher Weitz. Now forcing a man to the corner is Noah Iyer. And now it'll come back to the right point. Big drive from the point, blocked in front by the Walleye. Again to the boards. Shattuck continuing to work in the offensive zone, but the Walleye shutting down their shooting lanes. Back around to the boards. Desperation attempt to keep it in by Shattuck, and they do. Nice work along the right wall. Backhanded back up to the point. And it'll go tape to tape. Still along that right side. They've had the zone now for about a minute and a half. Now at the point, Asher White's with the shot, no problem for the goaltender. And now fired back down low into the slot area. Picked up here by the Walleye as they try and desperately get this puck out. Backhander broken up by the Walleye as they continue to try and work it out, and still kept in by Shattuck. Great offensive zone time here for Shattuck-St. Mary's. Out of gas though as they look to continue working. Jack Larrigan will move it back to the point. Stutter step, and Larrigan gets it back along the wall. Forces it to a man down low. Big hit there. Larrigan trying to grab that loose change, and the Walleye can't get it out. A fan clearing attempt. Brandon Ford now with it. Ford will move it down low and get his return feed. Ford on the backhand with one hand on the stick. Dump off pass to the point. Here's the shot through traffic and forced to the corner. And Shattuck-St. Mary's has had about 2.5 minutes here in the offensive zone and finally cleared down the length of the ice. A much needed icing call here for the Walleye, and we will get a whistle with 6:20. But boy, talk about an offensive zone possession there for Shattuck-St. Mary's. Only resulted in one shot on goal, but they sure had some good looks. So Shattuck again in the offensive zone now off this face-off. Loose puck being pried at in the slot, and now back to the point. A big wrister deflects off a stick. That was Broderick Williams on the shot attempt. Down low to the corner it goes for Ian Duffy. Duffy tied up with a man. Shattuck now at the point. Forces it down low. And worked at by Noah Iyer. That puck will escape his reach as he will now get it back. Iyer on the backhand forces it deep. Fan on the attempt, rolling around in front. A wraparound try. Thrown right in front of the slot. Good job by the Walleye defense. Shattuck continues to work here in the offensive zone, but Walleye forcing them to the outside. Again, here's a shot pad save by Hop as he'll fight it off and get some help from his teammates now finally, as the Walleye finally have an opportunity to move into the offensive zone. Dancing his way there was Johnny Hendrickson to the corner. Hendrickson and a couple other teammates down low. Here's a big chance with the slot, and a big shot was broken up in the slot area off a couple of legs there. Walleye continuing to pressure in the offensive zone. Tapped by the stick of Noah Iyer and up to the boards. This one will come out through the neutral zone where the Walleye will grab a hold of it once more. Naive trying to make something happen. And now Shattuck gets the puck right on their sticks for a moment. Cameron Faraz with it. Faraz goes back to the point. That one is slipping right out of the hands of Lucas DeCharia. So Shattuck has to regroup again. Send in the zone, right back out. Come the Walleye. Xander Zoia with it for the Walleye. Throwing that one out in front of the slot, broken up. Shattuck comes back the other way. Into the zone. Shattuck off a couple of sticks as it hit the side of the net. Being whacked at down low. Walleye desperately trying to move this one out. Luke Margineau finds his man on the wing and floated back up through center. Intercepted at the red line and trying to dance his way in there was Justin Lesser. Shattuck will reverse into the zone. Here they come. There's a chance in front, and the backhander went wide. Good opportunity again, and the net came off that time, as that was Lucas DeCharia that had the original opportunity for Shattuck, and it was sailed wide. Let's take a look at this one. DeCharia on the backhand just got a little bit too fancy with it and sent it wide. So that keeps this game at 0-0 with 3:41 to go in the first period. Shots on goal 9-3 in favor of Shattuck. They've dominated puck possession time here in this one. Loose puck gathered in by Shattuck as they will go back. Sobieski finds his man on the right wing. There's a entry in front on the backhander and forced to the corner is Shattuck now. Getting it back. Anthony Yu with the shot. That one was blocked. And now here come the Walleye, maybe with an offensive chance the other way. A bit of a broken play. This one will just roll right to the goaltender, and a big snow shower from one of the Walleye players, and that did not go over well with the Shattuck-St. Mary's defense there. And lots of pushing and shoving, and the Walleye player is going to be, looks like, taken off the ice here. That's Cashin Naev, who's getting sent to the locker room here with 3:11 to go in the first. So Naev gave him a nice little snow shower, and obviously the officials didn't like that. So not sure if it's just going to be a 10-minute misconduct or he's been ejected, but nonetheless, it'll be a 2-minute minor with an extra penalty assessed at the minimum of 10 minutes. And, of course, with just 3:11 being left here in the second period, it could just be a 10-minute misconduct, and he could come back at some point in the second period. But Naev will go off to the dressing room for at least the rest of this period. It could be more. Try and get an update for you on that as soon as we can. The officials now discussing how to apply this penalty here, and with the coaching staff as well. So it looks like we're finally ready to get back underway, and the face-off will be just outside the Shattuck defensive end, and a power play here for Shattuck. Because of that penalty, it'll be a 2-minute power play for them. It'll take us about to the 1-minute mark or so of the first period. Gliding across the line, here comes Andrew Fan. Fan slowing it down, looking for a lane on the power play. Fan broken up. Walleye come the other way. It's a 3-on-2 if they hurry. Into the zone, Mason Moore still holding on, shoots, blockered away, and that puck dancing its way right across that blue line and back the other way. James Durr finds his man. That's Andrew Fan. Fan will go across to the far side, now back up to the point. Here's the wrister blocked by the Walleye, and it just stays in. That one was close. Now Shattuck still holds on. Up to the point it'll come. Held on to Fan, and he fanned on that one. Good opportunity, but Andrew Fan unable to get a good shot away, so it'll go back down to the Shattuck end exactly halfway through this power play. 1 minute to go. Drop pass here for Shattuck. Spinning away, good pressure from the Walleye as they look to move up ice. Here they come into the zone, taken away, and just kept in by Shattuck, and now quickly sitting right at that blue line, taken a hold of by Johnny Matson. Gathered by the Walleye at center, and finally moved across the line. Bump pass to Wyatt Carlson, unable to gather any offensive zone luck there. So now fired back across. Shattuck moving into the zone. Here's an opportunity. Turner Richards had a chance. Now bump back to the point. Lucas DeChario goes down low, trying to find a man in the slot. Broken up. Still held on to. Going to the back door. Off a stick. Shattuck about to have their power play expire, and now it does as the Walleye come right out of the box. Pass attempt from Johnny Hendrickson broken up, trying to strike there as we continue on. 1 minute now to play in this first period of a scoreless hockey game. Been a very good contest so far. 9-5 the shots in favor of Shattuck. This one thrown out in front and redirected into the glove of Michael D'Orazio here with 44.2 seconds to go in the first. And the Walleye will finally have an offensive zone draw, one that they haven't had for a long time in this game because Shattuck has just controlled so much of the tempo early on. Sailed around the boards, Ethan Beyer, and right back into the glove here of D'Orazio. Sixth shot on goal of the game for the Walleye. Off the draw, Shattuck gets it again, banked high off the glass, and taken a hold of here by Luke Marginau. 30 seconds, still some opportunity for one of these teams to strike. Here's Shattuck into the zone, nice move, and loose in front of the goal. Penalty is coming up here against the Walleye, and this is going to be a power play chance once more for Shattuck-St. Mary's. This one is going to go on number 14, Justin Lesser. Slashing call against Lesser. So with 20.8 seconds, Shattuck will once again have a power play chance to try and jump on the board first here. And if they don't score, of course, that will carry over into the second period. Loose puck in front of the slot. Now finally sailed out of the zone. Here come the Walleye. Might be a shorthanded rush the other way. Bradley Walker had it on his stick, but it was pickpocketed. 6 seconds to go in the period. One last try. Here's Jack Larrigan across, and a stop there by the goaltender Toby Hopp with 0.7 seconds to go in the period. Good chance for the Shattuck-St. Mary's team. Big stop, and right as time was expiring in this first period. 0.7, not really enough time to get a shot off, but we'll see what they do. And that'll do it for the first period of play here at the Plymouth Ice Center. It's the Walleye Youth 15-0 and Shattuck-St. Mary's Youth 15-0 after one period of play. Shots on goal through the first are 11-6 in favor of Shattuck-St. Mary's. So we will have a brief 2-minute intermission, and then we will come back for period number 2. So we're going to step aside, and we'll be back in 1:40 for period number 2. Back here for the second period of this Youth 15 semifinal in the Minnesota District Tier 1 playoffs. It is a 0-0 game after one period between Shattuck-St. Mary's and the Walleye. Good opportunities for both teams that period, but Shattuck-St. Mary's hanging on to a 11-6 shot advantage. And we will continue play here at the Plymouth Ice Center. 1:40 of power play time to begin the period for Shattuck-St. Mary's, and they looked good on their first try, unable to score though, and now looking to make something happen here on their second try. So here we go, right off the draw, the Walleye have an opportunity into the glove and came out there for a moment. That was a shot attempt by Johnny Matson on Michael D'Orazio. See, right off the try, you don't get to see that lane open up very often, but nice stop from the goaltender. Loose puck in the slot gathered by Shattuck-St. Mary as they come the other way. Cross the line, waiting for a lane. Nice drop pass in the slot coming in. That one fired. Goalie's stick came out of his hands, and we get a stoppage. Just 20 seconds in. Let's take a look at this one on replay. slowed it down, and then waited for a man to come across. Good lane. Redirected wide of the net if we continue play. Faceoff will be taken by Anthony Yu for Shattuck-St. Mary's, but unable to win it. Forced to the boards. With it now is Noah Iyer, getting it across to the point for William Jones. Iyer, backdoor save by the goaltender. That's Toby Hop coming up big again for the Walleye. On this penalty kill for his team, 1:05 now remains. And it does not look like we have Cashin Naive back on the ice. He is done for the game. He got thrown out after he gave the goaltender a nice little snow shower, and the officials did not like that at all, so they tossed him from the game. He will not be returning for the Walleye. Again, Cashin Naive not here for the Walleye this afternoon. Here's a shot from the point into the glove, loose puck, and thrown out of the zone by the Walleye. This one came up right in front of the bench. Shattuck-St. Mary's now back the other way, trying to stay on side here. Bumped off the puck there that time was Andrew Fan as it sails high off the glass. Now thrown up along the boards. Shattuck will regroup again. Anthony Yu completes his pass on the left side. Shattuck just stays on side. This puck will squirt free through center and back into the zone and fired back out. That'll pretty much do it for the Shattuck power play. They are now 0 for 2 on the day. Pass thrown across on the left side. Tipped out of there by Noah Iyer. And Iyer comes into the zone. Dropping it back. Iyer lost it on his handle, and now the Walleye reverse the other way. Here they come into the zone. The shot rather blocked, and having a little bit of trouble there was Michael D. Orazio. Thought he had it in the glove, but instead it came free. Now Shattuck back the other way. There's a drop pass in the slot off a stick. And that time it was off the stick of Broderick Williams. And now back into the corner. Walleye trying to throw this one out. They do so. This will be an icing against the Walleye with 14:38 to go in the second period. Shots on goal are 14-8 in favor of Shattuck-St. Mary's. Nearly a goal there, though, for the Walleye, as Michael D'Orazio had trouble gloving it for Shattuck-St. Mary's. Luckily, nobody there home to jam it in, as we remain at a scoreless tie. This one forced into the zone by the Walleye. Quickly back out the other way it'll come. Right at the line. Delayed off sides. Walleye exit the zone. Here they come. Nice maneuvers into the zone by Justin Lesser. And trying to jam it in there that time was Lesser. Tape-to-tape pass it comes as they look to break out of the zone. Forced up along the wall. And now off a skate. Friendly bounce for the Walleye as they'll get it in their own end. Pass connects with Justin Lesser across the line. Lesser looking for a man on the far side. Still hanging on to it. Trying to go back to Lesser that time was Ty Patefield. Patefield jumps this one off. And coming out the other way is Shattuck-St. Mary's. Cameron Faraz with Brandon Ford. Ford into the zone, dropping it off. Here's the shot, blocked in front and swallowed up by the Walleye defense. This one will go for another icing against them and back into the Shattuck offensive zone. Reminder, if you are looking for tomorrow's championship game, you can find it right here on the official Minnesota Hockey YouTube channel. That'll be at 10:15 a.m. here from the Plymouth Ice Center. And the Blue Ox have already clinched a spot in that game. They beat the Green Giants earlier this afternoon 4-2. And the winner of this game between the Walleye and Shattuck St. Mary's teams will face the Blue Ox at 10:15 tomorrow afternoon. Thrown out in front of the net dangerously. Corralled, though, and sent up to the point. Here's the shot, missed the net well wide. Pinching in with one hand, try and get that play for the Walleye was Luke Marginau. Shot rolling around, uneven puck there as it's finally bumped out of the zone by Shattuck-St. Mary's. Picked up along the behind the net area. Johnny Hendrickson with it. Completes a pass, and Carlson batted down with a high stick. And this will be a whistle thanks to that high stick. So another stoppage, 12:32 remaining in the second period. 14-8 are your shots on goal. Neither team has really run away with the shot totals, but Shattuck-St. Mary's does have 14 compared to the Walleyes 8. Face off in the offensive zone for the Walleye, but they can't win it. You're now forced out of the zone. Here comes Shattuck the other way. Noah Iyer waiting for a man. Iyer trying to go across, broken up. Nice defense by the Walleye. Now the Walleye move out of the zone as there's a nice tape-to-tape pass across the Plymouth Ice Center logo. Slowed down was Finnegan Greeley. He'll force it back deep. Along the wall. Thrown out in front, broken up though by the Shattuck defense. Here they come. Tape-to-tape it goes. Yu finds his man across, dumped off. Shattuck thrown backhander, scores! Got redirected in front. That was Anthony Yu, I believe, that got the stick on it, and it's 1-0. Let's take a look at this one. The shot comes from the left side, and Yu just got a stick on it in front. And Shattuck-St. Mary's has struck first to make it 1-0. Big goal for Shattuck-St. Mary's early on here in the second period. They lead it 1-0. Walleye trying to get something going again here. Now trailing this game 1-0. Here they come across the line. Slow to get in, but Shattuck reverses back the other way. Thrown off a skate. This one will bounce right on the tape momentarily of Turner Richards. Sent back the other way. 11:25 to go now. We're still pretty early in the second period. A 1-0 lead for Shattuck-St. Mary's on the goal from number 9, Anthony Yu. Here's a chance again, across and sent through the crease. Came off, it looked like. So a stoppage. Face-off should be in the offensive zone here again for Shattuck. They now have 15 shots on goal through the first period or so. Period and a half, roughly. 8 shots for the Walleye. Couple players on the right wing trying to sneak in there, but we'll continue play. Down into the corner it goes, big collision, and the puck fired wide by Anthony Yu, who was looking for goal number 2 here for his Shattuck-St. Mary's club. Yu will pump it back down low. Ricochets off a stick, and it's in the net. I don't know how in the world that one went in, but it's 2-0, and some of the Walleye players trying to figure out how that one went in. I have no clue how that one went in, and I think it might have gone off the backhand, and they're going to wave this one off. So this game remains 1-0. It looked like it was going to be 2-0, but instead the officials wave it off. That was just a weird goal by Shattuck-St. Mary's. So we remain at 1-0 after that play. It's still a 1-0 lead after the goal was waved off. Walleye trying to maneuver this one out, but quickly swung back in. Backhanded off the boards. Loose puck being whacked at here by both clubs. Shattuck will turn around and reverse a giveaway here for the Shattuck-St. Mary's team as the Walleye will look to come into the zone. Broken up, held in at the point, redirected wide past the goaltender, D'Orazio. Slowing it down, thrown in front of the nets. Now poked by both teams. Approaching the 10-minute mark of this period. Quick turnaround try, broken up. Forced to the wall there for Shattuck-St. Mary's was Asher Whites, and they're working with a couple of Walleye players as well. Johnny Matson in there. Stick goes flying. We got a yard sale here at the Plymouth Ice Center. Puck still being jostled at here, and finally worked up by Anthony Yu. Shattuck now finally able to move it out. As big hit supplied there by Bradley Walker, who has been a hit machine so far in this game. Walker finds his man. Here's a pass intended for Chad Warner. Unable to reach it though, a little bit out of his reach. Now Walker across, and the shot deflects into the netting, out of play. So 9:21 remaining in the second period. No shots on goal for either of these teams the past couple of minutes. And again, the winner of this moves on to the championship of this youth U15 District 1 Minnesota playoffs. They will play the Blue Ox, who defeated the Green Giants today 4-2. Here comes Shattuck into the zone. The long pass, James Durr trying to locate his target. And that'll instead go down the length of the ice for an icing. Again, the championship game tomorrow, 10:15 a.m. right here at the Plymouth Ice Center. Regardless of who goes, it's sure to be an exciting contest. Now, flung up the boards and out through center. This one out of the reach of a player. Now Walleye coming to the zone. There's a pass right in front of the slot. Excellent work by Shattuck in the slot area, clearing that one away. Back behind the goal, rolling in the crease, and now finally sent the length of the ice. This will be played here by Hop as he looks to locate a man. Shattuck now back as they'll fire it across the line. Walleye trying to get it out, they can't. Good maneuvers into the zone. Broken up, good attempts on the dangles by Cameron Faraz. And the Walleye enter the zone. Broken up. That was Mason Moore, and that puck's still loose, and the goaltender went down. Dangerous play for the Walleye. He's without a stick, and now finally D'Orazio will pick it up. This one banked in the zone. This will be an icing against Shattuck-St. Mary's. Their first icing against them this game. So we'll go back down to the other end with 8:08 to go in the period. Dangerous opportunity there for the Walleye, nearly converting to make it a 1-1 game, but instead, D'Orazio somehow able to keep that bouncing puck out of the net. Now the Walleye back behind the goal. Ooh, big hit there. It's a textbook hit right there from Broderick Williams, the defenseman for Shattuck-St. Mary's. At the point it'll come. That one into the netting and out of play. So another stoppage here, 7:49 to go in this period. No shots on goal for Shattuck-St. Mary's here the past couple of minutes. They're stuck here in their own end. But they do lead this game 1-0. Off the draw, Shattuck able to exit the zone. Andrew Fan trying to cut inside, lost an edge. Good defense work here. Now finds a man in the slot, broken up. Here's the chance again from Shattuck at the point. That one hits some bodies and deflects into the corner. At the back door, fought off by Hop, and that puck is held on to nicely. And all kinds of pushing and shoving in front of the net. Get a good look at this one on replay here. And you can see that Hop just had that one jump right on him and able to fight it off for the whistle with 7:26 here to go in the second. Here we go now, off the draw, Shattuck-St. Mary's with it. At the point, the shot redirected off the stick there of Braden Ford. Original shot coming from Asher Whites at the point. Now the Walleye able to maneuver this one out of the zone. Stuffed on the entry there was Johnny Hendrickson. Now Hendrickson will come right back in. And look at this. Hendrickson trying to fight his way in. Loose puck finally picked up. Glove down. Whacked at here. And Shattuck able to fight it off. Good job by D'Orazio in front. Walleye keep at the point. Here's the shot that's broken up and out of play. Looked like Finnegan Greeley for the Walleye. Most of these Walleye players from the Wayzata area, but also some Orono, Maple Grove, Mound West Tonka, Hopkins, and the Shattuck-St. Mary's roster, as you'd expect, very, very diverse. They've only got a couple of Minnesotans on the team. Christian Manns, the backup goalie for today, is from Blaine, and the other Minnesotan on this team is Caden Spaniel, number 23 for Shattuck. Other than that, all kinds of diversity here on the Shattuck-St. Mary's team. Here they come out of the zone and across the red line. Bumped in. Nice pass from, looked like James Durr. Going to be forced to the corner. Pass it to the point. Big wrister and held on to nicely by Toby Hopp, who has settled in pretty good here after giving up a goal here early in this second period. Taking a look at it on a replay again, you see the shot coming across, and Hopp, no problem, making the stop. Here we go. Off the face-off. A couple of Walleye players, or Shattuck players rather, playing catch. William Jones in the mix as well, as he'll wait at the right point. Now in front, scores! What a feed in front of the goal, and that is Andrew Fan bearing it. It's a 2-0 lead. Goodness, what a feed. And take a look at this one on replay. They almost forgot about Fan in front of the nets, and he buried it for the goal. A big one, making it 2-0 in favor of Shattuck-St. Mary. So Fan gets the goal. It's 2-0. And with 6:02 to go in the second, we'll continue play here. Shattuck-St. Mary's now on top. Of course, 2-0 as I mentioned. We're going to add some more here as they come across the blue line. Fumbled a little bit there. Turnaround try. Blockered away. And to the corner, sent by Ethan Beyer. Thrown in and Hopp able to make the stop. 19 shots on goal for Shattuck-St. Mary's and 10 for the Walleye, as they had a couple of good looks earlier in this period when it was just 1-0, but now they've got to come back from a 2-0 deficit. Off the draw to the point again, forced to the boards at the hash, and off a Shattuck stick in front. Looked like Turner Richards had that one roll right off the tape. Trying to be jammed at again here by Shattuck as they're now pinned up along the wall. The Walleye having a hard time getting this one out. Shattuck still has possession. Back to the point it'll come. Redirected into the corner now. Well, bodies collide. And now finally, no, not out of the zone quite yet. And now finally forced out of there by the Walleye. 5 minutes to go now in the period. Walleye into the offensive zone. Down low it goes, rolling off some sticks. Thrown out in front of the slot, and now reversed back through center. Off a Walleye skate, that'll break up the pending chance. And now it'll float back through the Shattuck zone. We're going to regroup. Tell you what, this Shattuck team can really pass well. They have looked good on their entries into the offensive zone, and throughout the offensive zone, no question, they look like the better team in terms of passing. But a lot of time left in this game. Just 4:39 though in the second period. Yeah, and these teams will play a 17-minute third period after a intermission. which will have a full Zamboni this time. Usually Zamboni every 2 periods at this level. Whacking away here. Now Shattuck able to force it back down low. Pounding the man there. Now it connects up along the wall. Come the Walleye, entering in the zone. Now broken up by Wyatt Carlson. Run back into the zone, 3:53 to go. Shattuck now across the line. Pass finds a man, that's Cameron Faraz, and now broken up by the Walleye. Here they come, could be a break. Here's a chance on the breakaway, fired wide. That was Chad Warner who had a lane and fired it wide, and we've got a penalty coming up here, a slash against Shattuck-St. Mary's. Looks like it's going to be on Sobieski, and so big chance for the Walleye here on this power play. 3:36 to go. They could certainly use one here before the end of this second period. See what they can do. Off the draw. This one bounces to a man at the point and bumped over by Luke Marginau. In the slot pad save. Turned aside by D'Orazio. Walleye looking to cut this deficit in half here to 2-1. Forced back around into the corner. Walleye continuing to move this puck around. Just haven't been able to get a good lane. Now here's a shot from the point. Sails up over the blocker of D'Orazio. Kept in by the Walleye. Here's Cameron Faraz, or rather that is Xander Zoya for the Walleye, and they are unable to keep the zone, and so come back into their own end. 1:15 to go on the power play for the Walleye. Whack of the stick there, and Mason Moore has it. Moore trying to jam it in at the far post and unable to do anything there. So cleared back down once again. 1:01 to go on this power play. And 2:33 in the period. Here's a giveaway. Loose in the crease, and now danger averted by the Walleye as they come up ice. Outnumbered though. It's an odd man rush 1-on-3 for the Walleye. Held in at the point. Forced to the corner. Back up top it'll go. 2:13 to go in the period. At the back door it'll go. Luke Marginau trying to find his man. Shot missed the net again. Marginau will corral it. One goes back down low. Patefield. And Marginau gliding over to keep it in. Patefield trying to muscle it up to the point. Now does. Here's the shot through traffic. Redirected and held onto by D'Orazio. Nice work by him on this penalty kill. .13 seconds remaining of power play time here for, looks like, yep, 13 seconds. Had to double check. 13 seconds of power play time remaining for the Walleye. Here's a shot rolling in front. Puck was still loose as it went to the corner. Now back down low. Good passing. Walleye trying to strike here. Back to the point it comes. Here's a drive on the wrist shot blocked. Still held onto in the zone. Off a stick and into the corner here. Shove off the puck. Still loose. Backhanded in front. Rolling around. And we'll go to the corner. William Jones out through center. Or rather, number 13, Noah Iyer for Shattuck-St. Mary's. Iyer will move across as he looks to find a man. This one tipped into the zone. Now under a minute to play here in the second period. Excellent job keeping it momentarily was Iyer, but instead it'll come back around. 2-0 the lead for Shattuck-St. Mary's. Trying to add one more. Here's a big wrist shot held onto, and Hop able to fight it off and get it to the corner. Now giveaway by the Walleye. Maneuvered back up to the point. Here's a wrist shot off some sticks and the traffic in front, and now the Walleye will reverse it back out through the neutral zone. Here they come across the line, nice maneuvers. A shot fired into the netting, out of play. Off the original shot there from Reese Gardner. Watching this one again, you see the speed by Gardner, able to come up the ice. Get a good lane. I think that one went off a stick. Base off to the left of D'Orazio. 20.1 seconds to go in the period. Thrown well wide, the slot. Here come Shattuck-St. Mary's into the zone. Off a stick. And now forced back in deep. Had it there for a moment. Was Ford. That'll do it for the second period of play. It's Shattuck-St. Mary's 2 and the Walleye nothing after 2 periods. Shots on goal are 20-13 in favor of Shattuck-St. Mary's. So that'll do it for the second period. We're going to step aside for an intermission here at the Plymouth Ice Center. Alongside cameraman Will Vanderbilt, I'm Matt Harrington. We'll be back for the third period of this contest. Welcome back to the Plymouth Ice Center here in Plymouth, Minnesota. Getting ready for period number 3 between the Walleye and Shattuck-St. Mary's in this Youth U15 semifinal of the Minnesota District Tier 1 playoffs. Winner will go on to play the Blue Ox tomorrow morning at 10:15 a.m. Again, you can find that game right here on our YouTube channel. Should be a good one. Right now, Shattuck-St. Mary's in the driver's seat through 2 periods. They lead it 2-0, and they also lead the shots on goal category 20-14. So we'll see if the Walleye have a comeback bid in them. Looked a little bit better towards the end of that second period. Had a couple of good opportunities, but so far Shattuck-St. Mary's has looked good. See what they can do to begin this third period here as well. So face off at center ice. Teams will switch sides. Shattuck-St. Mary's moving from right to left, and the Walleye will be moving left to right here as we begin this third period officially underway. Walleye move into the zone here as it's forced up along the boards and chipped out of there. Walleye will regain possession by Justin Lesser. This one floated into the bench. And a quick stoppage here with just about 28 seconds gone, or 18 seconds rather gone in this third period. Face-off will be in the offensive end here for Shattuck-St. Mary's. Off the draw. Backhanded off a stick. This one shoved up along the wall. A couple of Walleye players and Shattuck-St. Mary's players working their way in here. It'll come around. Good speed here from Shattuck-St. Mary's. Here's a pass across. The shot sails up high off the glass. That one coming off the stick of Sobieski and floated back around the other way. Sobieski again keeping it in. Big hit along the wall. Loose puck came free. Now picked up by the Walleye as they look to maneuver it out through center. Just a couple of minutes gone here in this third period of a 2-0 game between Shattuck-St. Mary's and the Walleye. Pass across now, finding a man. Our Shattuck-St. Mary's on the backhander, thrown in front of the slot right onto the tape of Mason Moore, trying to get it out. Again, fought off. And Shattuck-St. Mary's has it again in the slot. Here's a drive from the point. Pad save, rebound, scores! Scooped up and buried by Shattuck-St. Mary's. They make it 3-0. Take a look at this one. That puck came up in the slot, and it was Ethan Byer with the shot attempt. He'll get an assist here on the goal. As Shattuck strikes again, it's 3-0. So it looks like the officials are waving this one off because of the net coming off its moorings. And so this game is going to remain 2-0. Tough break there for Shattuck-St. Mary's, who looked like they were going to have their first 3-goal lead of the night. Instead, they make it back to 2 off the no-goal call from the officials. And it was the right one. It looked like the net came off its moorings earlier. The officials let it play on. Not sure why the whistle wasn't blown earlier, but instead, we go back to 2-0. There's a chance out in front rolling around. Trying to get a stick on it there was Anthony Yu. And now back come the Walleye the other way. This one going off the stick of Mason Moore, who's been really active in this one, especially in the second period. Had some good shifts for him. Dumped into the zone. Again, 2-0 favor of Shattuck after one of their goals waved off. Here they come into the zone. There's a pass across, and they score. That one's going to count Shattuck-St. Mary's strikes right back, and it's 3-0. Take a look at this pass here. Coming from Cameron Faraz as he finds a man open at the back door. Well done. So that one will count, and it makes it 3-0. Here comes Shattuck into the zone again, trying to make another goal. This very well could be 4-0, but third Shattuck goal waved off, and then they get their actual third goal. As it's now 3-0, intercepted by the Walleye at the hash. Here's a shot into the glove of D'Orazio, who makes the stop. Watch this one back on replay again here. Good opportunity for the Walleye, who've had their chances, no question, but Michael D'Orazio, the native of Montreal, Quebec, has been very, very good in this game. 14 stops for him so far. It's a big hit along the wall, resulting in a free puck. Held on to by the Walleye and cycled back right in front of the scoring table. Poked by Shattuck as they intercept at the line off a stick. And now back into the zone come the Walleye. Here's Ryan Jaron with the shot. That one's blocked in front again, a pad save. Lunging to make that stop. 13:23 to go in the third, a 3-0 lead for Shattuck-St. Mary's. Here comes Shattuck the other way. Andrew Fan into the zone. He's got a goal today. Thrown it just a little bit too wide out of the reach of Ian Duffy. And Walleye force it back into the zone. Shots on goal are 23-15 in favor of Shattuck, who of course lead at 3-0 here at the Plymouth Ice Center. Whacked at the line and picked up here by the Walleye. Big shot. D'Orazio just got a piece of it with the glove, and the rest of it went to the corner. Out the line, the Walleye pick it up. They'll have to regroup and stay on side. That was Carlson forced to the outside. Here's a big shot. Scores! Big wrister, big goal for the Walleye. The lead is down to 2. It's 3-1. Take a look at this one on replay. Beautiful wrister. That water bottle popper there on the goal, and it's 3-1 now in favor of Shattuck-St. Mary's. But Walleye getting that goal that they really needed to get. As you can hear the fans here at the Plymouth Ice Center excited about that one. 3-1 lead for the Walleye. Still a lot of time to work with here too. 12:30 remaining in the third period. Walleye circling back in their own end. Going to break out now as it comes up the boards. Here they come into the zone. A little bit of a broken play, and Shattuck will re-corral into the zone. Up the boards it comes. Nice pass from Jack Larrigan. Here's the shot. Fought off by Hop. And back comes the Walleye the other way. The pass intercepted, though, right at center ice. And Shattuck will regroup. Taken a hold of by Ethan Bever. He gave it away to a Walleye forward. Big hit attempt, and that one didn't work out well there for Shattuck-St. Mary's. Chopped that along the wall by Broderick Williams as he finds a man. Poked free right at the line and collected and fired back down by Shattuck. 11:30 to go in the third of a 3-1 game. 2 goals so far in the period, 1 for each team. We were 2-0 after the second period. There's Shattuck again. Nice bump pass and a collision there, resulting in a man down for Shattuck-St. Mary's. Here come the Walleye now across center ice into the zone. Luke Marginau with the big drive. That one's blocked, and Marginau forced to the corner. At the 11-minute mark now in the third. Shattuck-St. Mary's up the ice. Here they come. Broken up by a stick. And now the Walleye come into the zone. Glove down. And backhanded right out of the zone by Shattuck-St. Mary's. And here's Finnegan Greeley, finds his man across. Rolling around, chopped at into the corner, and backhanded up along the wall, and now off the glass, kept in by the Walleye as they force it down low. Comes Shattuck-St. Mary's into the zone. Long stretch pass, and this will be an icing against Shattuck-St. Mary's. So back into their own end for a face-off. 23-17 are your shots on goal in favor of Shattuck-St. Mary's. Walleye have closed the gap a little bit here. 3-1 now your score. Off the draw, bank pass up the boards for Shattuck as they come out of the zone. Right across that center ice logo. Into the zone, backhander, and they score! A nice backhander that went top shelf. And it's 4-1 Shattuck. Nice goal. Let's watch this one again on replay. Perfect backhander by Cameron Faraz on the pass by James Durr. That makes it 4-1 Shattuck. Gives them a 3-goal lead for the second time here today. And with 10:05 to go, Shattuck in the driver's seat here, but still a lot of time to work with. Walleye were able to get a quick goal after Shattuck's third goal, and we'll see if maybe they can respond here again. Picked up at center. Here's Ian Duffy across the line, through the legs, drop pass. Here's a shot in the slot, gloved very nicely by Hop on the shot attempt there by the Shattuck-St. Mary's team. Let's watch this one again. Excellent passing, and see the lane from Sobieski. Off the draw, picked up again by Shattuck-St. Mary's. Sobieski lunging to make that play as he had a Walleye player lunging in there as well. 9:35 now to go in the period. Sent down the length of the ice. This will be an icing against Shattuck-St. Mary's once again. A lot of different players getting the job done this afternoon for Shattuck-St. Mary's. We saw Faraz with a couple of nice passes. Anthony Yu has a goal. Andrew Fan has a goal as well. We're getting a lot of different scores and productivity out of this Shattuck-St. Mary's group. Here's a pass across, broken up, backhanded up to the point. Here's a wrist shot. Didn't get through that traffic in front. 9:08 to go in the third. Rolling around, fought off by Hop as he will pounce on that rebound to get the whistle. 4-1 in favor of Shattuck-St. Mary's. They've had 27 shots on goal so far in this game. And if they can hang on here for the win, they will play the Blue Ox tomorrow at 10:15 a.m. in this championship match. Up to the point it comes. Here's a wrister, deflected wide. Shattuck, though, still having possession in the zone. Walleye able to grab that loose puck. Now they'll move it up the wall. Off some skates. And picked up here by the Walleye as it's Johnny Hendrickson finding a man. Here's the shot, deflects into the netting out of play, and something came off from the glass there with 8:30 to go. Face off in the offensive zone here for the Walleye, looking to try and get this thing back to where they want it. They were down 3-1, gave up that fourth goal. So now back to a 3-goal deficit now as Shattuck looks to move into the zone again. Nice pass across, here they come. Here's a wrister sailed over the top and held on too wisely by Hop as he grabs the puck for the whistle. Offensive zone face-off won by Shattuck-St. Mary's. They'll pump it down low. A couple of players in there. That's Andrew Fan and Noah Iyer. Here's a chance out in front and blocked away. Good action in front of the slot area, but bodies all over the ice. Backhanded in the slot, broken up by the Walleye. Chance protruded there and now sailed into the zone right off the wall, and now Walleye will come up looking for that breakout pass that they've had trouble with today, quite frankly. They have not looked very good in the defensive zone trying to exit. Some bodies breaking that play up on the attempted dump in by Luke Marginal. Now Shattuck regroups at center as they come in across the line with speed. That one's broken up though. And now the Walleye will move back the other way through the neutral zone. This one will just be held on to by the goaltender for a whistle. .7:14 to go in this third period of play at the Plymouth Ice Center in Plymouth, Minnesota. Championship game of this Youth 15 Minnesota District Tier 1 championship tomorrow, 10:15 a.m. There's a chance for Shattuck-St. Mary's. Forced to the outside. They still hang on at the back door. Wide open, they score. What a wrist shot from James Durr. And it's 5-1 Shattuck. Take a look at this pass and buried by Durr in front of the net. Doesn't get much better than that. Well done by Shattuck, who now have their largest lead of the day at four goals, now 5-1 in favor of them. Off the face-off at center. Shattuck now getting in the driver's seat, nearly having some trouble there in their own end. Trying to break free, but forced in their own end here. Now this one off some sticks. This will not be an icing against Shattuck. This one swiveled back around and up to the boards. Gathered by Shattuck. Here they come into the zone. Here's a shot and fought off by Hop, who did not know where that puck was. Forced to the corner. Now off some sticks. Walleye able to chop at it through center. And Shattuck, though, quickly reversing right back in. Jack Larrigan now on the tape of Cameron Faraz. Couple players there for Shattuck-St. Mary's. Now right in along the wall. Faraz trying to find his man in the slot. That one broken up, and it'll come back through center. Here comes Shattuck into the zone once more. Had it pickpocketed, and the Walleye come the other way. There's Johnny Hendrickson slowing it down. Hendrickson is 9th grader, Wayzata native, where a majority of these Walleyes players are from. And again, Orono in there, Minneapolis, Mount Westonka. That's where that roster mainly is, but Shattuck-St. Mary's roster really all over the place, across the country, and even a player from Canada. That's Michael D'Orazio, the goaltender's from Montreal, Quebec, Canada. But looking at this roster as well, you've got some Florida players. You've got Aaron Schwartz is from Florida. Asher Whites is from Florida. Some California natives. Huntington Beach for Broderick Williams and Anthony Yu from Baldwin Park, California. So really just a diverse roster for the Shattuck-St. Mary's team. You've got Eagle River, Alaska, Andrew Fan, who has a goal today. Some physical play back in the Shattuck end. Now Wayzata trying to go right back in that direction. Shattuck will regroup. Nice pass as they will come across the line. Broken up by the official skates there. Shattuck will re-enter. This one rolling around in front of the Walleye net. They'll force it back to the corner. 4:30 to go in this game. 5-1 lead for Shattuck-St. Mary's. Tipped along the wall. Here they come. This one thrown out in front of the net. It's where we saw a weird goal earlier in this game that was waved off in favor of Shattuck. This could be a 6-1 game if the officials did not wave off that goal. That would have been the third goal for Shattuck as they come across the line once more into the zone. Nice pass in front, stopped there by Toby Hopp. All kinds of good entries from Shattuck-St. Mary's. Into the zone they come. Big hit there and off a body. This one will stay in the offensive zone. This one chopped at. Now picked up in front. Trying to throw it to the slot. There was a Walleye player. And Braden Ford will come off the ice a little slow to get off. Jack Larrigan now thrown out in front of the net. And picked up by the Walleye. Thrown right in front of the Shattuck bench as they corral it now, looking to re-enter the zone. On the tape momentarily of Anthony Yu had his pocket picked. 3 minutes now to go in this game. Battle for possession now at center. 2:53 remains, and this one pretty much all but over for the Walleye, who played a scoreless game up until early in the second period where it was 2-0 after 2. And they had an opportunity to get back in this, but Shattuck has not allowed them to, as they've scored 3 additional goals here in this third period. Intercepted off the stick of Iyer. Here's Iyer with it now. Going back down low with one hand on the stick. Fighting it off. Gets his drop pass. Broken up and into the netting. Out of play. 2:08 to go in the third. So barring a miracle, looks like we're going to have the Blue Ox and Shattuck-St. Mary's playing each other in the championship game tomorrow at 10:15 right here at the Plymouth Ice Center. We have a timeout on the ice. Shattuck-St. Mary's will call a timeout. And we're going to have a timeout here in the booth as well. We'll step aside just for a moment and be right back. Here we go, back underway. We're about to get underway with 2:08 to go in the third period. Shattuck-St. Mary's leading 5-1 over the Walleye, who have their backs against the wall now. 5-1 with 2 minutes to go. And it sure looks like we're going to have a Blue Ox Shattuck-St. Mary's final after the timeout. The Walleye go into the zone here. This one chopped at. Shattuck-St. Mary's now working it up the boards, banked off the glass, and forced down low. Minute 33 now to go. Walleye trying to at least get one more here on the board. We saw that happen with the Green Giants in our first game. They trailed 4-1 with about a minute left, and they made it 4-2. We'll see if the Walleye can do the same thing. Here's a 2-on-1 for Shattuck the other way. Holding on to it now, and across was Cameron Faraz. Probably should have just taken that one himself. Across the line it comes, broken up nicely by Shattuck-St. Mary's. Here they come into the zone. Nice pass across, but off the stick there of Mason Moore. And it'll work out in front of the officials. Now 50 seconds to go in this game, and we will have a Shattuck-St. Mary's Blue Ox final tomorrow morning at 10:15 a.m. here at the Plymouth Ice Center. It will be a good one, and we'll have it for you on the Minnesota Hockey YouTube channel as we'll get going roughly around 10:15 a.m. tomorrow. Here's another chance in front, fought off by Hop on the stick save. 25 now to go in this game. Shattuck will take a hold of it here. Brandon forward now from the point. Good stop from Hop. Cleared down the length of the ice with 12 seconds to go, 11.5 rather, as we'll go back down the other side for an icing. So the Blue Ox await the Shattuck-St. Mary's team, who got out to a 2-0 start, then 3-0. Made it 3-1, and then it's been all Shattuck today. Chance in front of the slot broken up. 2 seconds and 1, and that will do it. Shattuck-St. Mary's goes on to win this game by a final of 5-1. They will meet the Blue Ox in the U15 final tomorrow at 10:15 a.m. And all Shattuck today, they finished with 33 shots on goal to the 19 of the Walleye. Both teams will shake hands at center ice, and that'll do it. So for Will Vanderbilt and on camera, I'm Matt Harrington. Again, 5-1 your final. Shattuck winners today over the Walleye. Thanks for joining us, and we'll see you tomorrow for the championship game, 10:15 a.m. We hope you can join us. So long, everybody.